A sense of belonging is the realization that your roots have finally found the right soil. It's knowing that you are a vital part of the mycorrhizal network, not just a visitor. It's building a life where you're known by the grit under your fingernails, by where you've been, because you're known by the community. You belong here. Your tree belongs in this forest. Well, I'm Nick Walton. I am a coffee roaster. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a wee little farmer, and I can't stop thinking about the invisible scripts that run our lives. You're listening to The Values Sort. This is a field guide to the values that shape the patterns of thinking and behaviors that shape our lives. This is essay number 57, A Sense of Belonging. Let's get into it. Well, this is another central theme, of the project of my entire life. A sense of belonging can encompass so many of the ideas we've talked about, or at least it weaves mycorrhizae-like throughout. What are we without a sense of belonging? Family security, humility, social recognition, they all intertwine with a sense of belonging. Forgiveness, equality, a world at peace, it's all tied in. True friendship, loyalty, enjoyment of life. And card number 57, the last one in my deck, a sense of belonging, feeling that others care about me, connects us, in my head anyway, back to the beginning. Card number 1, social power, control over others, dominance. Because in the times of my life where I've felt the need to reach for dominance or control over others, it's always been because I don't feel a sense of belonging within myself. I don't feel a sense of security within my community. If we fall out of one, we may slip into the other. Now, this gives me a tremendous sense of compassion for those mean people in the world, and that's an impulse I could stand to follow a little more often. Default to compassion. Default to understanding. I cannot change the world alone, but I can change myself. Now, listen, I know, that's a little ABC afternoon special, so forgive me, but it's true. I can't change the world all by myself. A sense of belonging is a lot of the why behind my values choices. Behind the hard work I am, and sometimes I'm not, willing to do for my people. It's the reason I subdue my sometimes overwhelming violence and bring it to heel. I have a high value for others feeling a sense of belonging. I lament the way many men feel the need to assert control and dominance. I care. I care about you. Others care about you. You are enough. You are large enough. You are strong enough. You have enough. We can have enough together. I reflect on all the ways I feel a deep sense of belonging, and I lament the rare it is in some folks' lives. I measure it in 100 ways in my life. I measure it in the hidden keys I know the location of. I measure it in the beautiful child I've been made godfather to. I measure it in manatees made of yarn and wire. I measure it in coffee customers, and I measure it in the questions my friends know they can ask me about sex or poop or money or anything. I am, again, the blessed bearer of an absolute embarrassment of riches. I am wealthy beyond comparison. I wish it was appropriate to list my riches name by name. I have a sense of belonging in my space. I belong to a community, a large family. I am loved, I am cared for, I am a local business owner, I am a water board member. Belonging often isn't a feeling you get, but a bench you're sitting on. I've talked about making space on the bench a number of times throughout this project. A sense of belonging is made real with the act of scooting over. It's for family, it's for friends, it's for the weak or the marginalized, it's for everyone together. I left my church. Let's talk about it a little bit. I think that might be my keystone story as it pertains to a sense of belonging. And I've mentioned it, and it's tender, but I'll talk about it a little bit more here. For 30 years, I engaged a community from about 9 years old until about 40 years old. I was engaged, I was contributory, and there were a lot of times when I felt a strong sense of belonging in that context. But really, there were people, many people with whom I felt a strong sense of belonging, and it wasn't about the church at all. It was always about the people. And at a certain point in my life, The structure failed. The structure claimed to be that mycorrhizal network. The church claimed to be the trellis that we could grow on, and when we grew to a certain size, it broke under our weight, and there was no room left on the bench, and no more room was made, and some men failed. And it's not okay. And some days, I'm not okay. There have, nevertheless, been many people over the years who have scooted down, made room for me on their benches. Many of them have been in church, and I am heartened by the benches still available to me. I think of the number of people whose houses I would let myself into, whose food I would eat, whose coffee I would drink. I would take off my shoes and pick up their children and pick apples from their trees, and I am glad for everything. I'm here. I belong where I belong. I also know how to make others feel that sense now. I reflect on the little person living near me. I reflect on my own children. I reflect on my nieces and my closest friends. I believe all of my experiences in all of my years have stacked up and culminated in our ability to make room on the bench. And I believe in our ability, my family's and mine, to be a trellis upon which other people can hang just a little bit and grow just a little bit. Belonging is the mycorrhiza. It's the network of love and affection that transfers information and nutrients between the different organisms. Belonging is the key to someone else's home, hidden in a place where the right people can find it. Belonging is the trellis. Belonging is not just the bench, it's the act of shoving over. Belonging forks half its food onto your empty plate. I will end here with a Bible verse, as has become my way. It's one you doubtlessly know, or maybe you've just heard of it, or maybe, like Tolkien in your 40s, this will be your first blush with 1 Corinthians 13. Here it is, paraphrased by yours truly. May it live just a little bit within us. Love is patient and kind. It's not jealous or envious. Love doesn't boast or burst with self-pride. Love is not rude, and it doesn't look out only for itself. Love doesn't get drawn into fruitless fits of anger, and it forgets wrongs done quickly. Love doesn't quietly root for evil to be visited upon others, but it does rejoice in the true things in life. Love is protective and trustworthy. It's constantly hoping for the best, and it stays the course. Love doesn't fail. All right, guys, this is it. This is card 57. This is the end of the deck. It feels like the end of something, but I feel like I'm just getting started. Stay tuned if you feel like it.